Be nice to be able to get it back, says Ash. Red light goes on. The field is set. And they're off and racing, and Gonna Go missed the start. The first to get going, Bruce Almighty. Away well also is Thrilled, and Maginica from the inside is digging up to try and be handy. And over on the outside going forward is My Greek Boy shortly after the break, being followed then by Pleto. In behind them, Tin Snip. They're being followed by Your Dreamin', Gonna Go. Bunker Buster settling back there towards the tail end of the field in company with Cocky Joy. Out towards the 1,000 they head, and Thrilled is the leader, the former Hong Kong galloper. Thrilled on top, 3/4 in front, My Greek Boy. Maginica third over on the inside, being followed then by Bruce Almighty, who's getting a gun run at the 800. Then Pleto shading Gonna Go on the fence, steadily improving in transit. Then came Tin Snip. On the inside is Bunker Buster, then You're Dreamin', and whipping them all in is Cocky Joy, 7 from the pacemaker. They put the 550 behind them, and Thrilled travelling up well to the home corner, doing it comfortably for Rawilla. It's Thrilled by a length and a half. My Greek Boy, who's off the bridle now. Maginica trying to push up underneath of it. Around the outside, then off heels Bruce Almighty, trailed into the corner by Pleto. Then Gonna Go. Tin Snip still well back. Thrill gives a kick. Maginica around the outside of its heels, goes up, lays down the gauntlet though, and Maginica hits the front with Pleto in pursuit down the outside. Maginica kicks clear. Pleto, Tin Snip running on. Maginica's in front. Maginica's going to cause an upset. Maginica beat Tin Snip and Pleto. Gonna Go along the rail, followed further back then by Your Dreamin', and then Bruce Almighty, My Greek Boy, Cocky Joy. Thrilled really wilted after turning for home in front, with Bunker Buster always back there with the cap catchers trailing them in last. Maginica has bounced back to its best form. Number 3, Maginica, Alan Kennedy. So Kennedy had this horse jumped cleanly, lobbed into a perfect spot, and has bounced back to win for the first time in 714 days this afternoon. So it has ended a lengthy run of outs. Maginica, the son of Ismir, a 9-year-old, and hit the front from Thrilled, who'd cornered travelling well but gave naught. And Pleto and Tin Snip in pursuit down the outside. Tin Snip grabbing second in front of Pleto, and Gonna Go back there on the fence in 4th spot. 3, 4, 9 and 2. It's an upset result with Maginica winning in 129.53, 35.70 the final 600 there. So another horse here who was on pace settled up there third and has kicked to win a length and a half, with half a head between second and third. So that might help them get their signage back up there at Lego Lodge after a tea leaf arrived and knocked it off from out the front, the famous Lego Lodge signage. So I'm sure that they'll be trying to get it back, or at least they'll be able to afford a new one now. So thanks for the heads up, Billy. I think I'm one of the co-sponsors of the signage. Anyway, you just can't put anything down or think that anything's going to stay there the same forever. There's Ash looking up at the broadcast box, hoping that we're going to jump back on board, me and Paul Martin. Not a hope in Hades, buddy, I can assure you of that. Race 7, the next of the day upwards others, is the scratching out of the next on the card. As we go downstairs, Brittany, it's been an eventful week for the team at Lego Lodge. They lost their signage, but they've come up with a winner at big odds.
Hey, I think at the $61 that Ash Maley found for Maginica, that'll go a long way in replacing the Lego Lodge sign, Ash.
Yeah, well, we only lost one sign, so no, it's okay. We got a second one there, so really good. I actually thought he could win today, and I did tell a fair few people that he would win, but he's going to a different place after today, so to another trainer, and they're going to have a lot of fun with him. He's spot on, he's sound. He just doesn't like travelling too far. He gets wound up like a clock, and we took him to Geraldton and took him to Bunbury, and I think if he's in the float for too long, he just gets wound up, and he's just, he's a bomb when he gets off the float. So he really needs to be somewhere where he's not travelling too far to get to these races. So And then it was the calmest he's ever been today, so I was pretty pleased.
Which is funny to say because as a 9-year-old, we know he heads out on track early and he still wanted to have a little bit of a dance and not head to the 8s for a little while. But is that just him? That's
just him. He was like that before I got him. And I don't think he'll ever change. Like, I mean, that's just him. You're not going to change him now. That's just the way he is. But at least now he's actually trackable in running, whereas he used to just be leader or nothing. But now he's actually tracking into it, and I'm really pleased with him.
What gave you the confidence today that you thought, yeah, today might be the day, the first time in over 700 days?
He's been missing the start pretty badly, and I had Alan on him today, so that gave me a lot of confidence. You know, he's ridden him a fair bit, and he knew, like, he's been going pretty well, and I told him that his work is nothing short of outstanding. So I don't know. It just gave me the confidence the way he's been working. He was probably been a bit unlucky in his last couple of runs. I would have thought his runs were better than they read on paper. His last couple of runs.
Well, congratulations on the win. It's a nice way to send the horse off. Well done.
Cheers, thanks, Brett.
There's Ash Maley. We're getting out of this rain, and Scott's got Alan Kennedy undercover too.
Yeah, Alan and I are much smarter than you and Ash combined, I would have thought. Here's Alan today. Majinika came back to 1500, drew the inside gate. Now, we always knew him back in his day as a leader, but he's a bit more versatile these days.
Last start he got back a bit, and he actually was a little bit unlucky not to finish a little bit closer than he did. He was really full of run and going towards the lines, so we elected to let him sort of settle into a little bit easier spot and not be out in front doing all the work like he usually is, and he seemed to go a bit better.
He's a bit of a quirky horse. He goes out early. What was he like today?
He was definitely on his toes coming out. I had no irons. He was spinning around and leaping all over the place, but I think that's when he's at his best too.
Ash was saying he's off to a new home now. If you were to give them one piece of advice on Majinika, what would it be?
Good luck.
Oh, that is the perfect segue because we know he can be a bit of a handful, Majinika, but how often does that happen? The fact that a horse is threatened that this is their last start for the stable, they're moving on and they come out and win, and that's exactly what he's done today as he gets ready to head to Albany, I think it is. So Majinika off to a new home, no longer at Lego Lodge, but Ash Maley has backed the horse and has enough money to buy and replace a new Lego Lodge sign that was stolen during the week. Majinika takes out the Amelia Park Beef.